Dragon Ball Super Episode 66 is the most anticipated episode till now, as this episode will mark the debut of Vegito in Super. Episode 66 preview trailer blessed us with the first look of Vegito, and we even got to see him unleashing some dope attacks like the Final Kamehameha against Zamasu. Also, we can feel the intensity of the situation as even Vegito looks to be worried and serious. The plot of this arc is so exciting that it is really hard to wait for the next episode. In fact, episode 66 is the most talked about episode till now. As we will wait for the next episode, let's check out the information we have in hand and try to make some predictions or theories as to what might happen next. In this video, I will analyze and break down episode 65 preview trailer, so let's see how much we can figure out and keep the hype fire on in between the episodes. The upcoming few episodes are going to be extremely important as we are getting closer to the climax of this arc. Episode 66 preview created even more confusions, and we now have a lot of questions in mind. Like, what is this strange thing that is happening to Zamasu? How strong exactly is Vegito now? Then how will he be eventually defeated? What role will Trunks play in this scenario, and much more? So let's get to it. Vegito is the strongest character from Dragon Ball Z. We got him in the Buu arc for the first time. His might was pretty clearly displayed and he easily outmatched Buu. He had some dope attacks like Spirit Sword. About that, since Black had been using so many Keyblade or sword attacks, I wonder if Vegito will use an improved version of Spirit Sword to give him the test of his own medicine. In terms of how strong Vegito is, I would say he can defeat Beerus. There is no official confirmation, but it is very obvious. After Battle of Gods, Toriyama said if Goku is a 6, then Beerus would be 10. Since then, they have been through a lot and individually they should have been around 8 or 9 now. Going by that, you might say Goku and Vegeta won't be able to defeat Beerus individually. But Vegeta would certainly get the job done, as in this fusion, the power of Goku and Vegeta get combined and amplified many times over. For long, Beerus has been a bar they wanted to cross. Well, now they have. However, I think they are still weaker than Whis. So the best way to describe them is stronger than Beerus, but weaker than Whis. So, on Toriyama's simple power scale, Vegito would be around 12 while Whis, as he confirmed, is 15. Now, when it comes to the battle against Fused God Zamasu, in terms of raw power, Vegito would be ahead. But raw strength isn't everything in this encounter. There are other factors like Zamasu being immortal and also Black having the ability to power up fast as he battles. He also has a good durability because throughout this arc, Goku and others required Senzu beans, but Black just keeps coming back, stronger and stronger, just like that. There have been moments when Black got beaten up, but the major takeaway is if he didn't get majorly damaged. So we don't exactly know how long this fight will last or how it will end, but it will undoubtedly get serious, as you can see a frustrated Vegito and he even has some scratches on his body. I think they should add some more bloods. Harms posted on Twitter that one of the upcoming episodes has the provisional title Farewell Trunks. So the way Harms worded it, it sounds like it could be episode 68 or even 70. But some other sources specifically mentions this to be episode 67. Whatever the case is, some people are interpreting the title as Trunks might die or sacrifice himself, but I think it's a goodbye type of thingy. Now the biggest question is, what the fuck is happening with Zamasu? Was that inspired from Harvey Dent or what? This one is just melting down, gooey. It's like the type of formation Bio Broly had. Okay, this is something we didn't expect to happen. It looks sick though, the animation quality is outstanding, almost looks like a different anime, has resemblance with Lord Boros of OPM. In episode 66 preview summary, it is mentioned that Goku will break Zamasu's Wall of Light or Halo using a life-risking attack, and afterward something strange starts happening to him. At the end of episode 65, after the father-son Gullet Gun failed to destroy Zamasu's defense, Goku decided to attack with a full-powered Kamehameha as Zamasu is using the Holy Wrath attack. So this is probably the life-risking attack they were hinting. We can see how this can be life-risking, but Kamehameha alone is not an attack that puts the user's life under risk. Besides, don't you think it would be a bit odd if Kamehameha defeats Holy Wrath in key struggle and then breaks Zamasu's defense wall? So I think to make it even riskier, Goku could use Kaioken or do a combo with instant transmission. There are still two Senzu beans, so even if their bodies get wrecked, they can heal back with the help of Senzu beans. Whatever the attack was, the outcome would lead to destroying Zamasu's Wall of Light, which was previously defending and countering all attacks. This would lead to something strange happening to Zamasu. Now this strange could be positive or negative for Zamasu. If it is negative, it could be something like the Black's half is running out of time, or the immortality is getting nullified, or he is just totally losing the control. If breaking the Wall of Light is not the only reason of this mutation, some other things could be that because of the fusion, the immortality got nullified. After they fused, Zamasu said that he's immortal, but we didn't get to see just how good the regeneration or durability still is, because of the Wall of Light that was deflecting all kinds of attacks. The theory here is after Zamasu's defense wall is broken, Zamasu would take some major attacks like the Final Kamehameha from immensely powerful Vegito. That is when his first immortality will be under a test. According to the theory, this half of black is not indestructible like Zamasu. If you look at the mutated side's hand, you can see that it has the time ring, which gives us the evidence that the part that got weird is indeed black's dominated half of the fusion. So just for example, let's say after taking a Final Kamehameha head on, black dominated part of Zamasu took all the blows and got melted. Now, the black part of Zamasu has either lost immortality or is very slow in regenerating, but since Zamasu is well and alive, black half would also function. This imbalance might have also been caused due to fusing in an improper method, because Elder Kai in Buu arc said while fusing it's better to be in base form, but black was in his Super Saiyan Rose form while fusing. Graham on Facebook brought up an interesting point. That is, Black's Potara was attacked by Mai with a specialized bullet that Mai had believed could kill Goku Black. If that did any kind of damage, it could potentially disturb the fusion. After the fusion is done, even if the Potara is destroyed, nothing will happen. But if the Potara is damaged before the fusion, we don't know what could happen. I thought it was worth mentioning. So in short, if it is negative for Zamasu, it must have something to do with an imbalance in fusion disrupting the abilities. Now, what if this strange thing is actually something positive for Zamasu? What if he is getting another transformation? Firstly, I want to mention I think it's more likely to be something negative for Zamasu. However, if it is positive, let's try to figure out where it could go. In that case, it has to be some kind of a transformation that would give Zamasu a more insane and a beast-like look. You know, like he would become like a furious monster who seeks destruction only. When Black was first shown and was moving around swiftly, his shadow gave us some huge monster vibe, so something along that line. Also, the skin color has some similarity, and also the eyes became a bit yellowish like the god of destruction. You know, basically Zamasu took over the role of destruction in a way, so he could get a similar looking final transformation resembling that. So that was about all the probable outcomes of the strange things that are happening to Zamasu that I could think of now. Coming to another important part, that is, how can Zamasu be finished off if he is immortal? We know Goku brought Mafuba jar from the past, but it is ineffective now as the seal is missing. But Zamasu is still now said to be immortal in the fused form, so even if Vegito overpowers, he would keep regenerating and eventually becoming stronger. There must be some techniques to finish him off. So I think their immortality could get nullified again, and the strange mutation that we see could have something to do with it too. Otherwise, Mafuba needs to come back to action once again. That is, someone, some way, needs to go back to the past and get the seal. The time machine is probably ready again, but we don't know if they have enough fuel for completing the task. Zycer Gaming commented something interesting, that is, what if future Master Roshi arrives suddenly with the seal? Rewind back to Cell Saga, future Roshi was never shown to be killed, and we saw him hiding in a submarine. Then in the last episode we see an intact Kame house, and it looks fresh as if someone is living there. So what if they get the seal from Master Roshi instead? However, the bottom line is, one way or the other, the evil containment wave or Mafuba might get used once again. There's one other silly thing that apparently bothered some of the fans. That is, the gi of Vegito is exactly the same as Buu arc, even though Vegeta was wearing armor. Basically, they did that because they wanted to keep the Vegito design exactly the way it was before, so it's familiar to the fans. This Vegito is going to attract a lot of old fans back, and people who are watching this clip should have nostalgia feelings. So they didn't risk with a new design. In their defense, the armor was broken, so the fusion excluded it. Or simply put, you can take it as the official attire for Vegito fusion for every time they fuse. Guys, Dragon Ball Super is reaching its peak. Recently it overtook One Piece in the ranking. Currently it's on number 6. The creator of Dragon Ball Super wants to take the series to even greater heights though. He plans to overtake Doraemon, Crayon Shin-chan, and Detective Conan, which holds the 3rd, 4th, and 5th slots respectively. With intense elements like Vegito coming in, we can at least expect 4th or 5th spot next week. So it is being commercially successful, meaning we will get more episodes. Watch Dragon Ball Super simulcast on Crunchyroll and support the series. Comment your opinion down below. Like our Facebook page Dragon Ball Fans, the link is attached in the description down below. See you in the next Dragon Ball video.